What's happening, Toku Nation, and welcome to a brand new video on the Power Rider Fourze channel. And today we're going to be talking about a season that is near and dear to my heart, the season of Kamen Rider that got me into Kamen Rider, and in a whole other way into a bunch of other different Toku seasons. And this show is Kamen Rider Fourze. So what's the big deal about this show? Everybody's like, oh yeah, it's good, but we never really talk about why it's good. Well, for me, personally, it all comes down to the characters, and how every character is kind of changed in a way by our main character, Gentaro. And since he is the titular main character, he kind of stays the same throughout the show, but honestly, that part's not too bad because he doesn't really have to change. He is the cool bro who is willing to put his life on the line for his friends. I mean, what else do you need? And he wants to protect everyone. I mean, pretty basic main character, but like on his own. But when he's surrounded by everyone else, the dynamics are a lot more different. Like, Yuki is his childhood friend. Kengo is the friend that he kind of has to win over in order to, I mean, he has to win over everyone, but mostly Kengo, though. And, everybody else is, inspired by him and his influence on them through their two-part episodes where they join the Kamen Rider Club. And, I mean, it's good to me. It's so amazing. And why I say it's amazing is because I think it's probably the way I interpret this show, and how I think the main purpose of the show is to show how friendship can inspire change. And what I mean by that is Gentaro is a static character. That's pretty basic. He stays the same from beginning to end without altering that much, really. And that's not a bad thing, to me at least. People probably wish that his character could change like other writers, but honestly I don't think he really has to, like I said. So it's really about how his influence kind of inspired everybody else to become better people, in a way. Especially with Jake, and it's Jake, Kengo, Mew, and Shun, which are the other members of the Kamen Rider Club. So with that, it's Mew in the beginning of her focus episode was a little snobbish, little mean, not even just a little bit. She was very mean to everyone, and she got all this praise since she's the popular girl or whatever. But then throughout her two focus episodes, it's she kind of leaves that part of her behind and focuses more on the part of her that is more hardworking and more dedicated to the goals that she set for herself, since that part was also touched on through her focus episodes too. And since she joined the Kamen Rider Club, she's actually became the president of the Kamen Rider Club, much to Yuki's dismay. And then we go over to Shun, who is this big guy, right? And he seems like a total jerk, but it's revealed that he's actually like this because of his father. And his father kind of had him to do what he wanted him to do, and he never really had a choice. So then when Gentaro finally was able to reach out to him, he joined the Kamen Rider Club and became the main pilot for the Powerdizer, which is the big CGI mecha monstrosity. For legal reasons, that is a joke. But Kamen Rider has a thing for bad CGI. But then we go over to Jake, who is this social butterfly who's also a jerk as well. because he kind of sees people as expendable and only are friends with them so that he can get what they want. So he can get what he wants from them. But then during his focus episodes, it's actually shown that, yeah, that's not really a great way to be to your friends. And some of your friends end up being fake and they end up using you. So it's like, Gento's like, okay. It's like, he's like, okay, I will be the friend that that won't take you for granted or whatever. And, well, not whatever. He's like, he'll take him and be his friend no matter how bad things was when he was kind of a jerk. Especially to him, since he was the one that stole the electric switch in his focus episodes. But and then, like, yeah, it's like, these people were kind of bad people, but Gentaro, like, became friends with them. They joined the club, and now they're on the path to being better people. Then there are people like Tomoko, who isn't really a bad person, per se, but she is like, she feels kind of isolated from everyone. And like, when she meets the group of witches, and she feels like she finally belongs, but it ends up being that one of them's the Zodiac and monster stuff. So it's shown through her focus episodes, no matter how much she wishes to like leave Earth, that she actually wanted to change. She actually wanted to get better, and then Gentaro was like, it's like, all right, let's be friends. So that's cool. It's like, and she kind of helped him fight the Zodiac of those 2 episodes by the end. So then there's Kengo, who is a bit of a loner, pretty cold to everyone, kind of more practical. And then during his focus episodes, he is like, he's more open to everyone. He becomes more open to everyone since the club has already been kind of put together, even though he wasn't really a part of it. So when he does join, it feels like a triumph for the whole club. Now everybody's together, everyone's friends, and it's great. The first 12 episodes are great because of this progression from gaining new club members as they go along. And I like that a lot. So then we get into like more shenanigans with everybody like trying to fight the Zodiarts together, making new friends among the students and staff, and it's just like little like interactions with everybody, the connections that everybody has to each other, especially within the group, within the club, is really great. And then like Usugi comes in, and he's funny, he's awesome, Suspender Sensei all the way, and yeah, he's there for a long time, and at the end he's showing that, yeah, he's a cool teacher, even though he doesn't really fight that much, and he's mostly there for comic relief. Not that this show needed really comic relief, since it's already pretty comical enough. But yeah, he's awesome. So then we get into our secondary writer, Ryusei, who's the new guy, just like Gentaro was in the beginning, and he comes in and he's like, he seems friendly, and then like his facial like expression shifts when he's trying to think about what he's actually thinking in that said moment. And for a while he seems kind of standoffish, to me at least. He was totally two-faced in his episodes when he doesn't really get like a set of focus episodes. It's just like a progression throughout until he actually decides to join the club and everything, and that's when he kills Gentaro, and like kills Gentaro. He's brought back with the power of friendship, and when Ryusei didn't have his powers, since his powers was taken away from him by the guy that gave him his powers, since he killed Gentaro, for his own ambitions to help his own friend. Even through all of this, even when Gentaro was literally killed by Ryusei, Gentaro's like, I respect what you did, I get it, let's be friends anyway. And yeah, he's like, give it a couple episodes, it'll be good. Give it a couple episodes, everything will be good. And then from there, the whole show kind of wraps up in a way where the principal is trying to, well, not the principal, the headmaster is trying to gather all of the switches, and then like it feels like the story is finally coming in, kind of, even though the story has kind of always been there, but not really, since it's more episodic and Monster of the Week heavy, Victim of the Week heavy kind of a little bit too. But yeah, it's like last 10 episodes or so after Ryusei joins the club, everything kind of goes into the story, and I don't want to spoil that part because yeah, it's good. I like those last like bits of episodes, and like they're great. Develop the story well, everything starts wrapping up, it's like boom. If I haven't said it's like I haven't said this yet, but you should watch it. So with that, talking about the characters and kind of the plot with like a little bit, I didn't really talk about the plot because there's not really a lot of a plot here. It's like it's like somebody gets a switch, turns into a monster, fights Fourze, gets away. Then second episode, he fights the monster again and defeats it, destroys the switch, becomes friends with the person that used the switch, and then bam, status quo, reset. And there's a bit of a thing where the headmaster's trying to find all the zodiac, find all the horoscopes, and trying to create zodiacs so they can evolve into zodiacs. It's kind of crazy from there. But yeah, I still like the craziness. It's still good. It's still good. And also the action is just great. The first episode really, really hits home with like how they use the CGI mixed with like live action footage, and then like bam, it's like, and plus explosions. Who doesn't like explosions in these shows? These shows are all about the explosions. The explosions are what we're here for. But like, okay, it's a little annoying where the monster just gets away for like some stupid reason, but yeah, that's kind of more of a nitpick for me. And the suits for this show they're just amazing. Base form is so cool to me, and like electric states and fire states are great too. Then there's magnet states, and that's not really great. That's like, it looks weird, especially since his head is like a part of the chest armor, and I feel like the chest armor was fine, but did they really have to do it with the helmet? That was weird. That was too weird. It's like a gripe towards the suit designs for the hero side of things. But Cosmic States is pretty cool. I like it. I know some people don't, but personally I do. It still looks cool to me, even after I watched it like last year. So, and then we get into Ryusei's two suits, and Meteor is amazing. Meteor looks so cool. It's so sparkly, and the whole thing that crosses his chest is like, bruh. He's like, y'all better watch out, because this dude, he's coming in, and he's gonna bring that heat. And he also knows, and he's also like freaking doing this whooping and all this, all that. It's like, dude, it's so cool. And then we get into Meteor Storm. That's what it is. Meteor Storm. And it's like, I know some people don't like it. I can see why other people don't like it, but I like it. I love it. I love it. The gold and the blue, it works so well here. And it's just like, it looks like a meteor storm. It doubles the things, doubles the arms, essential things. I don't know what they're called. And then it's just so great to me. And it's just like, what can I say? Like even the monster suits are really cool. Like every suit is based on a different constellation, and with the zodiacs, they're based the horoscopes. They're based on the zodiac signs. It's crazy, and the music. Oh, okay. The thing about this show is that there's not really a lot of music. It's not really a lot of music, but the music here is pretty good. I mean, like I love the opening. The opening gets me hyped for every episode, even if I like watch like 10 episodes, 10 episodes in a row, and like I'm listening to the 11th time. I'm like, it's like I'm like ready to rock, man. And then like there's Ryusei's theme for Meteor Storm, and then regular Meteor. Shooting Star is like one of the best secondary rider themes, and it's just like, it's so great. And like it sounds so cool, and it's just like it fits it fits Ryusei so well. Ryusei being Meteor. Should have said that earlier, but then like there's other songs. I like Giant Step. Giant Step is pretty good. I like the electric sounds. Cosmic Mind is great, also. And then, I mean, Bounce Back's alright. A little. It's like, it's alright. But hey, music is pretty stellar here. Also, like other seasons that I'm gonna be covering later on. But yeah, there's not really a lot to say, even though I stretched this video already to like 16 minutes or so. But yeah, Kamen Rider Fourze, my favorite rider season. Even though I watched Build, even though I watched Gaim, even though I watched X8, and even though I watched Kuga and Den-O and Drive, the first one you'll never forget, and first one probably ends up being your favorite anyway, by default. And that's not a bad thing. Own it. I own it. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit like and then comment down below and tell me what's your favorite part about Kamen Rider Fourze. And it's like favorite parts and like favorite whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's like, until next week, I will see you all next time.